When it comes to crossbreeding, I am adamant. I always say you need to know why you are crossbreeding. What exactly are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to develop a breed? Are you trying to improve a breed? Or are you trying to improve or develop a breed? What exactly are you doing it for? And why sometimes crossbreeding doesn't really reach its objectives in certain farms or in certain people's kraals. I have observed this, and I have come down to a very interesting personal study that I did using a friend of mine who's in the communal area. This gentleman, when he inherited some cattle from his father. When he started farming, he bought in red Brahman cattle, red Brahman bulls, to mate his cattle so he can produce red Brahman calves. So he did that. I went back to his farm and I thought, okay, he's maybe taken his red Brahman bulls, sold them, and brought in new Brahman bulls. But the problem that what he did was the total opposite. When I arrived at his kraal to see what's going on, he had bought in two Simmentaler bulls. Now, he's crossbreeding his first generation crosses, which are now the Brahman to the indigenous cattle he got from his father, which first generation cross Brahman, I think they were Brahman Nguni crosses. And then from there on, he puts those first generation crosses, which we would say F1s, to the Simmentals. Now he crossbreeds them with Simmental, he gets another F1 again. He gets another first generation cross, which is now a cross between a Brahman and Nguni and a Simmental. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's trying to develop Simbras. That's what I'm thinking. So I asked him exactly what is he doing. He said, no, I'm trying to develop something different. I'm trying to do something interesting. Cool. I said, fine, go ahead. I left this farm. I came back another year to have a look at his kraal, and I had seen that he had gotten rid of the Simmental bulls. I could see a lot of Brahman type, Nguni, Simmental type cattle, calves that were born. And those heifers, he took them and he put them to a beef master bull. So when I sat him down and asked him, Chief, what are you doing? Are you developing a breed, or what are you doing exactly? What is the objective? What is the picture? What is the end goal here? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to produce something that's very adaptable, something that's hardy, something that has meat, something that has milk, or something that has good weight? What are you doing? He just said, Chief, I am just farming. And for me, if I like a particular breed, I go buy the bull and I put it to my cattle. I said, but you are literally disregarding the book of crossbreeding. We crossbreed not because we can do it. Fine, we can do it, it's fun, but we crossbreed with certain objectives. Of course, you would not just buy a pit bull and crossbreed it with a pit bull, crossbreed it with a greyhound. Pit bulls are very athletic, very athletic. The only thing they lack is speed, and you crossbreed with a greyhound. So now you create a pit bull greyhound cross, which has the athleticism of the pit bull, the strength and the aggression, and the speed and the durability of a greyhound. So that's an objective. You've created something because there's an objective. You maybe wanted to be able to chase down hyenas or chase down jackals and really put some damage on a jackal. So you do that. You don't just say, I'm crossbreeding a pit bull to a greyhound, and then I'm going to crossbreed the child of that. I'm going to take it and crossbreed it to a Rottweiler, and the child of that I'm going to crossbreed it to a German Shepherd. What is the objective? You're just creating hybrids after hybrids after hybrids, and then on the end of the day, after you've crossed these animals in such a confused manner, the hybrid you end up with is either very inferior to a lot of cattle, to a lot of breeds, in this case to cattle breeds, doesn't really have good libido, probably has very bad fertility rates, probably doesn't produce good milk, probably doesn't even produce, maybe late weaning, it's big, very fat, so much fat on it, but not enough meat on it. So you need to have a clear-cut objective why it is you crossbreed. You can't just crossbreed for the sake of the word crossbreeding. There needs to be a picture at the end of it. And that's what I always keep telling and encouraging people, that you need to have a picture. If you're trying to develop a new breed, do that. Do your daily measurements and have objectives. If you're trying to develop Nguni Bosmara Branvi cross, then you record that. You say the mothering line was a Nguni. It was crossed to a Bosmara. From that, the child was crossed to Branvi. And this is why we have this calf. The percentages is X, 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 X in the cow. This were the reasons why I crossed. I wanted to develop something hardy, something that is very good at performance, something that produces very good winning weight and colors, and something that produces milk. That's why I picked these three. The Nguni is very adaptable, doesn't really get sick to most African diseases such as tick bite flu, waterborne diseases. The Bosmara, because it's a top performing animal and it also performs very well in areas where the grazing is not the best. The Branvi, because of its meat and milk multi-purposeness and producing very heavy calves for winning weight. This is why I crossed these three. Rather than saying, I started off with Nguni, I put it to Brahman, from Brahman I went to Semental, from Semental I went to Branvi, from Branvi I went to Beefmaster, from Beefmaster I went to Afrikaner. What are the objectives? There are no clear objectives why you're doing. It's like, how do I say, it's like a kid. It's like when you put a kid in front of a bucket. And, oh no, not a kid. Best example, it's like letting a chef in a kitchen. And this chef doesn't know how to cook. And he's just taking a pot and he's throwing everything in. A handful of salt, spaghetti, top score, mahangu, sugar, and a lot of vegetables and meat. You're really looking, it's a concoction that can be good, but it can also be deadly and also detrimental to your farming and what you want to do. Because this is why on the end of the day, you should I always say, look at farming like cooking. When you cook and you're cooking a particular dish, you have your clear-cut objectives, why you are putting this spice, why you are putting this vegetable, why you are putting this spaghetti, why aren't you using the normal one, why are you using this type of cooking oil. They're objectives. You don't just throw in everything in the pot for the sake of it because you're cooking. That, we can't say that's cooking. That's trying to create a combination, a concoction there that can be very good or either very deadly. So you need to have objectives. Everything you do, whether you're trying to build a car, you have an objective. Whether you're trying to build a double-story house, there's an objective how you want to build this house and why it is you're deciding to design it that way. You don't just do it because you can.